Good, Jonas. Good morning, brother. Good morning, Kispe. What's good, ready? What's good, Sieb? We're gonna do bias, bro. What's your bias? It's always what's your bias? Did you even like the YouTube video? Check your mix. Wait, what? Good times. Good kill. It's good cast. It's good money glitch. Nice long from London low. Yeah. Why is your concept very complicated? It's just because you didn't study enough, bro. It's actually not complicated. My girlfriend learned my model. Good, Jarfa. You trade ICT models? ICT gave me the teachings to make my model, if that's what you're asking. I didn't know you could use the FPG before 14 for PM Silver Bullet. Oh yeah, for sure. The FPG doesn't have to form it after 14. It just has to tap after 14. And it has to be respected. The only criteria is as long as it's been respected throughout the day, and it has to be if a value got formed that day. Anything else is just a little bit too far out for me. We got core retail sales today. You see me just fully wake up. I just thought I was a little bit late, so I'm doing my daily outlook. That's why I'm a little bit not talking. But I just finished my daily outlook, so we're good. We'll talk about bias, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. You trade liquidity sweeps too. I don't even think that question makes sense. You've never had a short bias? That's not true. Is it? I don't know. I mean, we've been bullish, so I'm glad I've been bullish biased. So we're drawing towards all-time highs, right? Ever since this day, I've been primarily bullish higher time frame. Ever since Wednesday 9th, you can go back to the live stream. As soon as this day printed, higher time frame for me was bullish every day. Now I wasn't bullish every single day, only taking longs. The higher time frame is bullish. Anyways, yeah, we're bullish today again too. So we are bullish today. Pretty simple reason. We invert this on the daily. If we're gonna run out all-time highs, I'd expect this inversion for value gap to hold price. So if we do get into that daily IFUG, I'd expect that to hold. Draw liquidity, previous day high, March high, relative equal highs, all of which very attainable today in my opinion. In terms of levels and where we'd expect to long from, anywhere, even if we take London lows, I don't mind looking for reversal, targeting London highs. We are bearish going into market open because of the CISD. We just tapped a 15-minute bullish, so we can go off that as well. So something like this. Finish your mastery starting ICT mentorship today. Oh, nice, bro. When did I start to trade with real money? A long time ago. Do you do mentoring? Depends. If you were NQU, hold on, I don't have beta adjust on. That was my mistake. I don't have beta adjust on. Oh, I have set settlement pricing. I don't need that. I must re-upload the image. If you're trading with NQ1, yes, you should have beta adjust on. Yeah, this got adjusted recently, I think, because this wasn't how it looked last night, if I'm gonna be honest. The NQU contract has the inversion that I was annotating. Did I just turn? Okay, this looks, let me compare the two and just make sure. The value should be off, but the actual price levels should be the same. In terms of like perspective, like how far it is. They definitely updated the NQ chart because it wasn't looking like that. I have to what time is it? 9:23. I have to re-upload my chart 1 sec. So that's the daily IFEG. We've already tapped into it. We're actually working inside of it. We have previous day's high there. Sorry, I'm gonna have to repost my outlook. So Have to update that one. Okay, now we're good. All is well. Back in the Futures new sale. What's their new sale? What's the buy looking like? Bullish. So I'm gonna keep this annotated. My bias is bullish. You buy one and you get a free one if you pass. That's cool, I guess. You're interested in that. So let's make these lines orange to mark out the daily IFUG. We have one line at 2-1. Get the price levels here. I'm a little bit behind schedule, but fine. So 21874.25. 874.25. That is your daily IFUG low. Make that a line like that. And then you have 22073, 073.25. And that's your daily IFUG high. You know, bro, because you asked nicely, I'll analyze gold. That's that daily IFUG level that we're working in right now. And ideally, we find support in that. You said you want to do gold. We can do gold. The ES chart on NQ1 ES. All right. Gold's probably just bullish. I'm going to be honest. But let's see. Yeah, I wouldn't look for shorts. I would expect this fair value gap to hold price, in which case you'd have to kind of just look for longs. Intraday, assume this low is protected unless it shows you otherwise. Just look for confirmations to Asia high. I mean, that's what I would do. That's just me. Okay, now we have the correct price levels. So obviously we have the 15-minute fair value gap here too that I was annotating just earlier. I guess we can keep that marked out for now. No, I'm not gonna mark it up. Okay. Hi guys, I'm Trader. Nice, bro. 2 every day is actually insane though. That 4K every day. Told you me to do proper. You messaged me on Discord. Message me again, bro. If I didn't reply to you, then I don't have your message. So message me again. Yeah, you shouldn't be blowing that many accounts, to be honest. That's a lot of blown accounts in a really short time. You gotta just realize you have to change something. I want to price to dump, take out some sell side before we expand higher. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. Yeah, why are you looking for longs right now? All-time highs right there. That's a really strong draw on liquidity. We have the daily inversion level right here. And I want to see that support price. So ideally, I'm taking a long today. I don't mind, like, for example, I'm looking at, right, this inversion. I want to see that respect price. Now that we've taken out the sell side, and then March highs right there, relative equal highs and all-time highs right there. right? We're locking those price levels in. I want to see those get taken. I don't think next month is February high. Yeah, we can take London lows, and in which case I'll just look for reversal. I wouldn't mind getting London lows. Wouldn't kill my bias for me. London high is definitely a draw if we're bullish. Yes. All I need marks lower. I don't trade gold. Trading futures. I have to take a nap today because why don't you trade market open? I do trade market open every day. I wait till 9:30. All right. I'm gonna just view the opening range gap. It is a higher opening range gap, so I guess we can mark it. We opened here, closed here. Mark out quarters. Opened here, closed here. Let's remove the 100% in that one. Here, opening range gap low. Opening range gap high. Make these lines blue. There's a lot going on right now. I like to keep my chart as easy as possible, but you can see the daily IFG levels in the opening range gap. So, all right, boys, let's lock in. To be honest, I don't need this marked. I want to use that 50%. I can just eyeball the rest. 50% and org high. You know what? I don't even need org high. Let's take 50% org. I just eyeball the rest to keep it very simple. Okay, 9:30 opens, immediately trades higher. Right, we see that. Now we can potentially get a double purge formation. If we can take out these lows, I can get a high probability reversal. In terms of first presentation, I wouldn't view that first one as the first presentation. It could be, but to me, no. It didn't open below the RTH gap. I don't believe we have 10 a.m. news or anything today. No, 10 a.m. news. Okay. So I want to see lows get taken now. I want to see lows get taken if I'm going to go long. How is my model different for 2022? I don't enter on a fair value gap. I don't use limit orders. I don't trade before 9:30, and I don't wait for a market structure shift. So there's pretty much nothing that is the same when it comes to 2022 model. Anyways, let's lock in, guys. I'm gonna minimize chat. Let's focus up here, get some good trading today. We've been trading really well. We've been following our rules perfectly every day. We've been patient. We've been non-hesitant. Let's continue. Right now I'm looking at these opening prices. I know you probably can't see them too clearly, but looking at those opening prices, I want to see that be used as a discount level. So if we can get a long below or above that price level, to me that's great. want to see us come below 930. In fact, if we got this inversion, you could even look for a classic model short targeting the sell side. I wouldn't take this, not even 1R. But I mean, you could maybe get away with something like this. I would never take it. I have to make some more mods in the chat, to be honest, just to answer questions. I want to check the YM. YM taking out London highs already. The dollar still sinking. Just so you guys know, I'm going to execute on this account with paper and my second account, or not my second account, but we're going to be executing on my other monitor. On Alpha Futures and Top Step. So this is what my other monitor looks like. This is Alpha Futures. This is the Top Step. So I have that ready for me on the side. Mainly because, one, I want to just chart on the mini. I want to chart the mini right here, which is, see, I'm on the mini right now. That's what I want to chart. I don't want to chart the micro. You can chart the micro. I've always been just pretty consistent, just charting the one, and I don't want to have to swap through. It makes me lose time and my ability to calculate risk quickly. Yeah, we'll go over the PM trades. So I told you guys yesterday I didn't trade the morning. I would look to the PM session to take my 1R ATM model. My 1R ATM model, and we did take it yesterday. I even told you guys in the Discord. I said at 2 o'clock I'm gonna short to the 4-hour FEG, or I'm gonna long from it once we reach it, and that's the only thing I would take. This is the short that we took, which was a short to the 4-hour. Oh, this was the first trade we took. Sorry, this was a break-even trade. You can see 167.5, 167.5. This is 5 minis on the NQ, and then attempt number 2, exact same trade, exact same entry model. This time I'm getting an SMT at 230. I took the exact same trade, and if you want to see the recap, I posted a video of the winning trade, not the break-even one. I'm not gonna post a 30-second video that the trade just goes break-even. It's like no point. And I will trade the PM session model every single day. Believe it or not, my girlfriend actually took the exact same 2 trades as me. She didn't break even on the first one. She didn't break even on the first one, but she did catch the second one and ended up in slight green on the day. So this model is thanks to her, but you guys can truly all thank her, because I was satisfied with my models, but he never said she trades. She just started. She honestly just started, like not even 1 month ago, and she's already learned the protraction model in the PM. She can only trade the PM session, so I had to make a PM session model that was really viable. She made the PM. No, she didn't make the PM model. I made the PM model for her, and the PM model is very similar to my actual trading model. It's very similar. So when I say protraction model, you should know exactly what it is. Anyway, she can only trade the PM session, so she can only trade the PM. So I had to make a model that could be viable in the PM session. That's very simple. Now, by the way, you can use the exact same model in the morning. It's just in the morning it usually offers like a lot easier setups for high risk reward and scaling potential. The only reason the model is 1R in the PM, the only reason it's 1R is because I don't want to sit in front of the charts the entire PM session and manage my trade. Where can you learn the PM model? You can learn it, let's say, at some random time in this live stream, and I'll teach it one more time. The only time I taught it is about. You know what? Should I just drop a video this weekend? What a flex trade! I wasn't even trading with her. She did it on her own. She just took the same trade as me. I didn't I didn't like hint to her to take those two shorts. All I said was, I don't know if she even took this into consideration, but all I did was I sent her a text and I just said H4 FEG. Because I just wanted, because when we were backtesting, a lot of the time there's not a 4 hour fair value gap in the PM session. That was yesterday. Right here or something. It was a 4 hour fair value gap. And I just sent her that message. I was like, 4 hour. I just wanted her to look at the 4 hour chart. And then she decided to take two shorts. I'll do a PM session video. I'll do a video on the PM session. I guess I'll just do that. I'll do that. You know what? I'll have that ready for when I'm on vacation. That way I don't leave you guys. Because I'm going on a trip on next Monday for 3 days. Or actually 4 days. But I will stream Monday. So I guess I'll post it for that. I'll post it for then. This opening range is going to be quite slow. So I'm going to wait for the macro. All right, so that's why I'm looking at chat right now. Yeah, I've taught the PM model many times. I think 3 or 4 times now. It's been in live stream, and the people who were paying attention. Anyway, I don't want you guys to expect to just start trading the model and be undefeated with it. The reason I'm undefeated with it is because I backtested it really well and I know exactly there is no video, but I will make one. I'm planning to release the video when I'm maybe on Monday or maybe Sunday. We'll see. Okay, we're finally getting that move lower. Again, I'm looking at this sell side, just the most prominent low. The Discord's free. You can join the Discord. Do you plan on quitting these live streams? No. If I was, it wouldn't be anytime soon. But I always teach the model on live stream. I've never once kept the model. I just don't have a full video on it because I teach the model. The reason I haven't made a video is because, like any model, it doesn't matter if I just teach you guys the model. Although I'm gonna be honest, this one is quite easier than anything else. So you might get away a couple times with winning a trade, but that's the thing. It doesn't matter. Anyone can win a trade. Like, you can take any model and win a trade. That's not what matters though. Toss-up just glitches like that sometimes. Okay, we're seeing the move lower. If I can't trade right now, how can I trade my psychology? I think that statement says a lot, brother. If you think trading is how you can train your psychology, if you think you have to trade, I don't think you have the right mindset right now. All right, let's focus up here. Let's focus up on trading. We're getting some more volatility going into the macro. So I'll minimize chat. Let's focus up. I will show the PM session model once I'm done trading today. If you stay in the live stream that long, as soon as I'm done, I'll teach it. I'm not going to waste a single minute. So if you're there, you're there. If not, it doesn't really matter to me. I'll post a video sometime when I go on my trip. I'm going to a beach house 23, 24, 25, 26. So a 4-day trip. But I will stream on the 23rd on Monday before I go. So I will stream on Monday before I go, and then I will head out after trading. I'll probably plan on trading on the beach, I think. I mean, how can you trade on the beach and then like be on edge, you know? Like, you really can't. It's the beach. If you lose, just go in the sand or something, or jump in the water. Pretty choppy morning open so far. Again, I want to see sell side get taken. Buy below all 3 opening prices. That's a deep discount. So that would be best case scenario. There's the sell side. Remember these orange lines. It's grading the inversion fair value gap on the higher time frame. Daily. If we get this far down, I wouldn't want to see it start getting to this portion. I want to see it stay in this portion. So any longs from around here are a bit more higher confluence. Now for me to go long, we have to wait for a CISD or a breaker. I'm not going to take this inversion. There's nothing else. It's simply my rules. If I'm going to take a reversal trade, it must be a CISD or a reversal. Now, if I really want to be aggressive, I can drop down to the seconds chart, but I don't like doing that. For example, seconds chart 22042. So pretty much closure above here is actually a CISD, but I'm not going to take that. I need more price action. Let's wait for the macro at 950. I believe it's something like this. 50% opening range gap. I'm just going to remove 50% opening range gap because it's pretty much same as London highs. So having the idea that those levels are pretty much the same means I don't need to mark them both out. I'm going to make this blue. I feel like there's not enough color in this chart. So and we'll annotate the first macro that's going to start in 4 minutes and 15 seconds. So again, we took out that low. We have an SMT there as well, right there. Closure below the body as well. So call it a true liquidity sweep, if you will. You don't need buffer on alpha futures. Thing is, so right now the CISD levels are all the way up here. Ideally, I don't want to see that. What I want to see is it come up, break down one more time, and then give me a reversal. That would be like the best case scenario, but it may not happen. We'll see. Oh, this is first presentation, by the way. Double check that information. I mean, you could argue it's this one. I'm not going to mark it out either way. Doesn't matter. If it's not clean, I'm just going to not use it. My full model's on YouTube. Appreciate you. Sour, I'm going to make you a moderator. You've been here helping out. Appreciate you. If you don't want it, just let me know. I'll remove it from you another time. It won't. Why is that shit cut out, bro? Just don't. Unless someone's like straight up swearing with Sour, you don't have to mute them or ban them. You don't even have to mute or ban anyone. I'm just gonna make you a mod so people can trust what your message is because you're giving them correct information. Appreciate you, bro. All right, so first signs of bullish order flow would be this inversion. Again, for me, it doesn't matter. That's not a criteria for a long. I'm not going to take this inversion. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is a change in the state or a breaker. So we have to wait for that. Now, let's say we got a CISD up here. Our stop would have to cover the low here. So even a long towards new day open or previous day's high, still not the best risk reward. So what do? Well, simply we wait for a protraction, right? Again, I would prefer us come down here. But like I said, we don't have to. The video is called Gems Power of 3 Mastery. It's a 6-episode series where I explain pretty much everything. If you want to learn about bias, I just recently posted my best ever video on it. Because my first video on bias on my channel, I teach you multiple ways to get bias. In the most recent video, I teach you exactly how I get bias. Every single day I get my bias the exact same way. My bias has never changed. It's always been the same. I always get my bias the exact same way every single day. It's the exact same thing. It's systematic. You look at the order flow, you look at the power of three. If they align, you have high probability bias. If they don't align, and there's no clean power of three, ideally you rely on order flow, but ideally they align. That's when your probability is best. If there's no clear daily bias, look at intraday bias. Ideally, if daily and intraday align, you can get really high probability trades. Simple. We'll see if we get the lower low here. 950 macro. You don't have to sacrifice your own time, Sour. You don't have to respond to everyone. I mean, you can if you want, but I don't want you to affect your own trading. So just whenever you're here chilling. I'm gonna look at the 30-second here. Yeah, I mean, I would much rather we get a lower low here and then maybe a 10 a.m. reversal. It would just be easier to trust a 10 a.m. reversal rather than this. How's the stock market doing? Pretty neutral. We're forming a 15-second protraction model. Like this OB. Like you could argue if you want to be an aggressive trader with my model, you could take a trade like this. Take that as a bullish order block on the 15-second. You can get really good risk to reward. Even just the London highs, it's pretty good risk to reward. Something like that. It formed on the 15-second. I'm not gonna take it. There's no reason to be aggressive on the 15-second. You know, maybe on an eval. But gonna be patient. We have targets at new day and previous day's high. Now we may not even get that, but next candle opened and immediately trades higher, short-term high. ES took out the buy side right there. Pretty range-bound market right now. Pretty range-bound market. So we'll see if we get the CISD here. We got it on ES, so I'm going to qualify that as a CISD. So we'll see if we can get a protraction. Now, if we get a protraction, I can go long. I would much rather that than this 15 seconds. So bullish for value gap. We'll see if we can tap that. I'm viewing this as first presentation, but I'm not annotating it because it's not clear. I just don't need it as well. It all pretty much lasts with the daily IFEG level, so it's all the same for me. I'll just refer to the daily IFEG high. All right, let's see if we can test that bullish fair value gap. Ideally, we do. ES touched. right around midnight opening price, 8:30 opening price. Just waiting. Still pretty slow, choppy. There's the bullish fair value gap. To get back to consistency, Caesar, that's what you have to do. To achieve consistency, if you went over it, you have to make more money. We'll see if we get the order block here. I'm looking at this. Next candle will tell me a lot. Whether or not it inverses this fair value gap or gives me the OB, which is signature of taking this high. Whoa. Oh, we'll wait. Something like this wouldn't be that bad. I'm gonna wait for the candle to tick down. It hasn't ticked down. All right, let's just get in there. Now this is obviously a paper trade. I'm taking the account. I'm taking the trade on my separate monitor. So good trade, very good trade, right? We got the CISD on ES, traded into a bullish fair value gap. We got the order block. So I want to see this candle right here be respected. So I'll cut the stop at the low. Realistically, could put the stop at 2065, 4.75, call it. I'm looking at this high for a first level potentially. See this bullish fair value gap. The volume imbalance. I don't want to see that respect price. Inside the macro, viewing this low as ideally not going to be taken. And I'm already happy with this trade. Right? We did pretty good. We should be seeing speed around here towards that high. I'm looking at London highs. London highs right there. I'm actually gonna break. Oh no, sorry, it's not a break even. I thought my entry was right there. I'm tripping. If we inverse this fair value gap, I'll terminate the trade. This one right here. So ES made perfect equal highs with London high. Gonna wait to see if it can stab through to Asia, London. ES is quite close. So pretty significant wick there. We're gonna give it a chance. Still looks bullish on the 5 and such. I like to stop at 6.2 a little bit more. Just because of how somewhat choppy it's been. I mean, I still like it on the 5. I still like it on the 15. So we're just gonna wait. If we start getting too deep into this fair value gap, I might just terminate early. Once a continuation after timing. I don't like that wick. ES put in perfect equal highs with London though, which is why I'm kind of giving this a chance. See this FPG gets respected. I'd want to see closure above here. That'll allow me to reduce my risk. So ideally, we get closure above. This is pretty choppy markets. I don't believe in time frame alignment. I execute on the 1 minute almost every time. I'm not gonna close this trade. Not the best signatures originally, but I already know it's high resistance. We left perfect equal highs with ES at London on the same tick. To me, I view that as a potential draw. So I'm gonna hold on to this trade. Accepted the risk. Don't wanna terminate this trade yet. Getting consolidation in this fair value gap. ES looking quite bearish. Tapping the daily IFG high. Looks like it may come for that low now, but we'll see. We're gonna hold on to this for now. I'm just already fully accepted it, so if it's gonna take the low, it's fine. I'll probably look for a re-entry long, or just consider not taking another trade today, because looking at ES, man, it's looking quite choppy. This would be a bullish order block should we get the closure above. So if we can get closure above there, I can chill my stop to 22069. See if we can get above that price level. ES formed the order block, NQ didn't. I'm just gonna give it a chance. ES will tell us very quickly. We should find out in the next minute or two whether this trade has the correct bias or not. Whether or not we get this inversion on ES will tell pretty much the story because of the short-term SMT. We do get the order block. I will trail my stop to 22069. And I always tell myself, if I take a trade that allows me to reduce risk, it's a good trade. So cutting my risk by around 25%-ish. I always tell myself, if I take a trade that allows me to reduce risk, it's a good trade. And in this case, the trade allowed me to reduce risk. So I'm already happy with this trade now. More happy even than I was originally. Yeah. I'm not gonna scale into it because this could be a scaling opportunity. The price has just been a little too choppy and slow for my liking. I don't want to scale into this trade. And ES still hasn't given us that inversion. Ideally, we get the full OB here on the 3-minute or whatever. Closure above that would be really nice. We got the inversion on yes. Just want to see the London highs. That'll be first partial for me. And the left is the remainder is running, to be honest. There's nothing else to aim for in my opinion. You get London highs, you're looking at New Day and if we're gonna expand that high. So see if we can get some speed towards London high. Macro doing its business. I'll likely take half off here. That'll cover risk. Leave less for like new day. Watching ES. That's what I'm watching right now. I'm watching ES. We're watching ES. There it is. That's first partial for me. So there's risk covered and some on the trade. I'm gonna trail the stop loss to 274.5. 274.5. $76.75. I've now managed to reduce my risk by nearly double. And we've taken a partial on the trade. E is taking out the London high. And like I said, the rest of this trade is running. I'm going to leave the rest of this trade running to potentially previous day or new day. There's nothing else that I really want to take something off at. So the rest of this trade is running, and until we get another protraction, I'm not adjusting my stop loss. So that's it. Yeah, we did the hard work now. As for this account here, we're simply going for a fixed 2R. So we'll see if that hits. The partial here covers risk, right? I'm always looking to manage my risk. So that partial covers risk in the case that we go back into the range. The other reason it's a good partial is because how far, if this trade is going to expand, right? We have new day and previous day high open. We've been sideways the entire day. If we're going to expand on the day, it's a pretty good trade. If we are going to expand, then we know where we're going. It's previous day, right? So the only thing is if we form a 15, yeah, stop would cover. So stop covers the 5-minute OB, body at 22076. So I like the stop loss placement. It's a good trade. Yeah, we did good today. Asia highs on ES. So we'll see. Either it gets really bullish here and just kind of keeps going, or it just falls back into the range and, well, partial covered, right? Partial covered. I got my 2R. Got my 2R on these accounts, and I think I miscalculated my risk. So we have to make 400 more. So we'll probably terminate that. So I'll show you guys the actual executions. That's what matters. So I'm just journaling while this trade kind of runs. Double purge reversal. So just mind you, I've taken 2R on my actual account, so we'll let this trade run ideally in the best case scenario world, but I posted the actual execution in my Discord, free Discord. Let's see what chat's saying. I bet if I were to go back, and I'm gonna take another partial here, just one, running down the equity, and bump the stop to 22087. Ideally, wanting to see this stay open. Yep, I just took the 2R on my account. I don't need the runner. It's already covered my targets. You kind of have to wait then, Yoshi. Yeah, not much you can do. I bet you if I were to scroll up on TikTok, people were probably talking shit about this trade probably gonna lose when it was first forming. I'm gonna scroll up and see because I'm curious now. Told you sell. Yeah, there it is. ES has equal lows. It will go all the way down. Sell dog. Yep. Today we're dropping. I told you to sell. Where are those people now? Nowhere to be found. All disappeared. Will dump. Looks like a sell. Gatie, do something? What does that even mean? Do what? This is why I trade with chat off. 2016 Caps comeback trade. Even partial London high. Yes, my first partial was AS on London high. It's a great call. I executed on my account. I posted the trade in my Discord. Remember, I've already taken 2R. And to be honest, I'll probably just close the rest there on this trade. Because remember, I'm already out on my account, so there's no point in leaving the rest. So that covers. That covers. Pretty good. Let me take partial. It definitely does. You just have to view it. Go short. No, that'll cover. You could short London highs if you go back and if it's a seek and destroy day. So when we got really good fill on the, I think you misunderstood me when I talked about I can't trade evals. But I meant that trading demo doesn't let you feel the emotions. Remove the TP. Remember, I'm already out on all my accounts, guys. So I'm already out on the accounts. I hit the profit target, so I didn't need to make any more on the accounts. I was just trying to journal it exactly as possible if I wasn't trading an account that needed a specific profit target. So what can I do? I mean, you can trade evals, but let me ask you, brother, what's your plan? What's your plan to improve your psychology? What's your plan? Because it doesn't seem like you have a plan. It seems like you're just trading and waiting for things to change. I'll tape read another trade with you guys. If we get an inversion here, that's a protraction model. I've already hit my profit target, so I won't re-enter, but I will demonstrate the where you could be entering if you were hypothetically bullish and trading my model. It would be off this inversion. It would look something like this, let's say. It would have to form the inversion, obviously. Otherwise, it's not a trade. Tens of standard deviations. Yeah, I like -1 right there. So we'll see if it gets the inversion, then we can tape read this trade. You got tapped out there and got break even. That's okay, bro. Did you manage your stop correctly? Can you put your hand on the camera for Lamar Jackson edit? Is that good? Let me know, bro. Send me that. If it's good, I'll pay you. We have almost the same entry. I entered on 10:52. What? We do not have the same entry, bro. I don't know what 10:52 is, but I entered at 9:57. Perfect MMBM. I entered after the formation of the S&P was entered with no confirmation like ICD. Nice, bro. As long as you knew what you're doing, explain that. You hold your long position. ES took London highs at 10:10. At 10 a.m., it put perfect equal highs. It didn't actually run through the level, so I wanted to hold and see that run through the level. Name a car for edit moment. Porsche 911 GT3 RS. I know you guys are not making edits, bro. If you guys make edits, let me know, bro. Why did you enter when you did? Was it because of the CFTC 956 candle? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It's actually 955 candle, and this one just happened to give me not the best fill. But yeah, it's exactly what it was. I got a better entry on my actual accounts. And yeah, that's exactly what it was. Just my protraction model. How's your Portuguese going? Not bad, getting better. The invalidation point of this trade would have been if we close below this body. If we close below the body, it invalidates. I'm still working on it a little bit every day. Faders got cooked. I don't think they're actually fading. I think they're just haters. I think they're just haters, bro. They've been showing up. They're here every day. Trust me, they're here. They know who they are. They're here every single day waiting for me to lose so they can say, I told you to go long, or I told you to go short. I knew it. You can't trade. And they're in the shadows, bro. I promise you. Just wait. Just wait until I lose one. We're on a win streak right now, so you guys, they're not here. But just wait. The moment I lose one trade, they're going to flood the chats. It's going to happen. And it's okay. I know what's going to happen, and it's okay. Yep, we did take 2 losses last week, I think, or the week before, but besides that, it's been pretty straight W's. Top 5 ICT confluences. Number 1 confluence is strong drawn liquidity. Number 2 confluence is speed. That's all you really need, to be honest. Nobody has the right to judge your point of view. You're long now? No. If we close above the black lines, I would tape read this long. I'm not long right now. Let them. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm used to it. I've been doing this. The way you reduce risk is powerful. Yes, that's why I'm profitable. It's because I'm able to reduce my risk. Take trade like This is my new saying. Take trades that will allow you to reduce risk, and you will be profitable. It really can be just that simple. If you can lose less on the trades that you're taking, you will do very well. You'll do very well. Reducing risk is very nice, right? We got a risk reduction at the 25% level here, and that model did not form. There. Which black line top? It would have to be the top one, right? So it's just the fair value gap. I want to see the fair value gap inverse before I can enter confirmation long. It didn't inverse, so no idea. I'm an okay trader. I'm not that good, but I'm improving every day. I definitely have ways to go. But I do know how to manage my risk. I do know my model very well. So let's just maybe flip that for the second and third time to close above. Which candle are you referring to? I'm not. I'm talking about the CIC at 9:55. We'll do the PM model. Don't worry. Let's let the majority of these people leave, and not majority, but people will get bored and leave, and then we'll do the PM model for those listening. I'm new to trading. Which of your videos would you recommend? First, watch the ICT Mastery Blueprint, and then if you want to learn my model, remember, you don't have to trade my model. This is just the way I trade. This is how I made it because it's perfect for me. If you want to trade the same way as me, then you can watch my GEMS PO3 Mastery series. That's for my model. My chart settings. So candle chart is white. If you want to off white, I recommend something like up here. But for me, I just do white. Candlesticks. So this is all black. This one, C. The little bit of the darker one is 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Right? I like it like that. That way both colors are neutral. I started trading your model to pass an eval. Well, if you need a profitable model, you can take mine. Yes, up to you. How do you manage reducing risk? Every single time protraction model forms. I got really good entry on my accounts, Lori, because I waited for a retracement. So I managed to secure 2. So reversing must be for the CIC, even if for reversing must be for the CIC. Yes. After the first CISD, then you can start looking for protraction. Yeah. So on ES right here at 952. Once 952 on ES, on NASDAQ it didn't close above, but on ES it did. 952, that's what made me think that this low was not going to get taken. It dropped. Yeah, so we didn't really get continuation past London High. I mean, we still might. Why don't you mark out first presentation for value gap? It wasn't clear which one it was. If it was me marking it out and I had to put my money on the line, I would mark out this one. But this one is a lot more obvious as first presentation. So it's hard to say. It really is hard to say. So, and I also didn't need it for this trade, really. You literally got out at 22133. Oh, damn, bro. The high's at 32.5, so that's pretty crazy. Always keep beta adjust on. What's up? What's up, bro? What are the session times for London? These are the session times. Session or kill zones. These are the session times. These are the session times. You need real-time data to trade futures. You think 22164 can get hit? Yes, I do. But it's going to be hard to determine when exactly because this is quite choppy price action. But I do think it'll get hit personally. You're solid. I like your patience and discipline. Appreciate you, bro. That's the most important part. So far reversal. Exactly, Ahmed. You got it exactly correctly. Once we get that first CISD, then you can only look for a protraction. You can take the first CISD if it's good risk to reward and you can trust it, right? You guys got it out to 2130. Nice fills, guys. Nice fills. What's the next video in the blueprint? Good question. I'm not really sure. Maybe the power of drawn liquidity. The power of drawn liquidity. And I'll put a nice ICT clip in there so you guys can understand how strong drawn liquidity is. Someone asked, maybe I'll do like a video, like a fun video, like top 5. I think top 5 ICT confluences is a pretty interesting video because I don't think people realize what they actually are. Some people are gonna think it's like an inversion, but really that's not even, doesn't really mean much in my opinion. I think I'll say count since we inverse the FEG. Yes, that's where I trailed my stop to. That's exactly where I put my stop at 10:04, and that's where I said you could add a position right here. The reason I didn't add a position on my accounts because I just needed around 2R on this account to get it done. So I didn't need to add for my TP covering where I TP'd here. But this is a protraction model again. So I usually preach, right? As soon as we get this order block, yep, because we took out the short-term low. No, it's a good question. So normally when we trade back into the fair value gap, it must respect. But in this case, and not in this case, it's whenever you see this. If we take out a short-term low and then get the order block, I'm trusting this low now because we swept out this low. It's just a breaker block formation. So basically, if I see this pattern, I'm trusting this low in this specific bullish narrative. So I'm trusting this low. That's why exactly where I put my stop right here. In fact, I even bumped it up a little bit higher because I'm trusting this low. This order block, 1006, this 1006 candle allows you to scale in. And if you're listening, I said you can add positions here. Because remember, that trade wasn't high risk reward. Right? That trade wasn't high risk reward. But if you added positions at 1006, that trade is now high risk reward. I didn't add positions because one, it was choppy, and two, I was already gonna hit my profit target. Right? I'm trying to get this eval passed in 2 trades, so I just needed that profit target at 1006. I didn't have to scale in because I knew I was gonna cover if it was to come up here either way. So that's why I didn't scale. But that's where the risk reward comes in, right? Because the original risk reward, I don't know what the fill was. Let's say we got in somewhere here. Something like that. It's like barely, not even close to 2R. It's like 1.6 at London highs with a partial here. And then if you get something a little bit better, maybe you got like 1.5, 1.3, 1.4. But if you added positions here, look at this trade. This trade's like a 2. And not only are you adding on a 2, you're already in with like 1.5. So you could have got in like an extra 1R maybe, just taking a scale in. That's the power of the model. That's where the model really becomes strong and gives you high risk reward trades. 1006 scaling into the trade. So me, I always scale in. Not always scaling, obviously it depends on the account I'm trading and stuff, but so does 92 trades into FG can just sweep below? Either or, yes. Either a fair value gap tap that gets respected, or it takes out a short-term lower high that forms the order block. Just need the order block to form. That's all I'm waiting for. Can you explain your bias? I was bullish. How do you see valid IFG? If I'm bullish and we're trading from a level that I'm expecting to be respected, and then we get an IFG, that meets criteria for me. This is only after, exactly. This is after we've manipulated below 930, put in that protected low for 930. Like for example, this is 930 open. When I say protected low for 930, I mean the lowest low below 930. I'm not expecting to get taken. At that point, every single short-term retracement, I can potentially expect continuation if I still have a drawn liquidity higher. That's the most important part. That's the hard part of this model. Is your draw correct? We think this OB entry is aggressive right now. The reason it's aggressive is because, again, the drawn liquidity component. 1030 though, I like 1030. I like the 4-minute fair value gap holding. I like it on the 4-minute, to be honest. I know it's quite a weird time frame, but to be honest, I don't think it's bad if we get that closure above. I think the 4-minute chart's the cleanest because you could get away with maybe something like this. Calculate your stop based on there, but if it closes below the body, target new day. Pretty low partial. If you go to the 1-minute, can you get a better stop? Yeah, you could. I don't think it's too aggressive. 1030 power of 3 range expansion. We don't really manipulate much lower, but it would have to be there. So you could argue the same thing there. Nice. I'm doing everything I should be doing. Following my model on demo, journaling every trade, backtest. I can't buy an eval. I'm 17, so that's why I'm wondering what I can do. No, you're not annoying, bro. Let me see your journal, bro. But what do you think about Chairman? Oh, Charmaine? I like Charmaine. He's a really good guy. He's pretty much the only guy I actually like, to be honest. What's the macro? It's just a time you're expecting delivery to liquidity or inefficiency. Sauce for free? I mean, the sauce is out there for free, man. It's not like I'm teaching anything crazy. I mean, my model, I guess you can say that's sauce for free, but it's all on ICT's YouTube channel. Taking too long to get above OB, not worth it. It is taking quite some time. Maybe 1050 macro. Do you ever use 30-second time frame? The only time I'll drop down to the seconds chart is when I'm looking for a CISD or a protraction that is not there on the 1-minute. So for example, if you guys remember, I said this live. I said the CISD on the 1-minute is all the way up here. Now, if you want to be aggressive, you can take it right here. This is your 30 seconds or 15-second CISD. So you could have been really aggressive and taken the trade from down here, right? I didn't, because I didn't want to be that aggressive. I knew I didn't even need 2R to pass. So I was just happy with, either taking a protraction or just taking something in the PN. But if you wanted to be really aggressive, you could have entered on the 15-second CIST. For my model has no time frame maximums. You take more than one trade? Yeah, I don't mind taking more than one trade. Market probably waits for 1050. I would assume. So in the same leg, the protraction, same people CIST and overlap. In the same leg of the protraction, meaning you mean the retracement leg? And say we have both a CIST higher and a FEG. You're talking like a bearish fair value gap? Yes, I would take it, and I would assume to. Oh, I get what you're saying. I would assume it to inverse. Yes. You guys didn't enter off the OB on ES. Oh, did ES give an OB? I would assume that fair value gap to inverse, Ahmed. It all depends on my conviction, though. If I'm like, yeah, Ahmed, it's like I told you, we're gonna reach this level right here, 100%. We're going up here, right? Well, if that's the case, then you know that fair value gap's gonna inverse, right? So it's all about draw. Please make a video on strong draw and liquidity. I'll tell you right now, the most A+ trades, the fastest trades that go, like people talk about, oh, no drawdown or top tick. You want to know the best trades? The best trades are the one that target a session high or low, a previous day's high or low, a new day opening gap or a new week opening gap, an opening range gap. Those are just stronger drawn liquidities than anything else. The market draws aggressively towards those levels. If you can find setups targeting those specific levels, you found a better trade. That's my favorite that's the best confluence. Someone in chat said, what's the best ICT confluence? It's targeting those specific drawn liquidity. Those are the best trades. Can you show the new day opening gap? We closed right here, 1659 yesterday. We opened right here at 18. That's your new day opening gap. I feel like we didn't do enough business in there, so that's why I have it marked out today. It's also above, right? It's just below previous day's high, so I was bullish, so I think it's a good target. How do I get real-time data and not 5 minutes delayed? You have to pay for it, unfortunately. Do you ever look at midnight opening range? No. You could. Why do you enter when the OB is formed and not as it gets tapped? Because sometimes it doesn't get tapped. As long as my risk to reward is good, I don't have to wait for a retracement. To me, it's all about risk to reward. Why does it have to retest? I don't need a retest. Sure, you can wait for a retest if you want. Nothing wrong with it. And sometimes I will wait for a little bit of a pullback. That's what I did on one of my accounts. How am I going to show you my journal? It's also on a different language, but I can show it. Yes, show it. You said you want to improve? Let's see. That's how you improve, from your journal. You gotta learn from your mistakes. Break-even day got too greedy. It's okay, bro. Your 4 kind of 159 now, as we were seeing. I'm trading futures, so it's not 159. What does protraction mean? Protraction means delayed move. That's what it means. Delayed movement. It is an opening, brother. What is an opening, brother? Wise will not accept my $20. Yeah, I think you have to deposit into Wise to get a payout. All right, let's do the. Are you gonna take another trade today? I will trade the PM session. Yeah. You got to deposit into Wise to get payout. No, not to get payout, but I think to activate your Wise account. Like I had to put in $30 to verify my Wise, and then they just send the $30 back or something like that. The way Gatie is interesting. I missed my EU shorts. Oh, I'm sorry, bro. Strong deal, PO3 high session, high lows. Yeah, those are the best liquidities, bro. Okay, because you guys stayed, let's go over the PM session model. So if you guys want to learn the PM session model, I will go over it now. What levels do I want to keep marked out here? We don't need the macro. We don't need this. We'll keep new week. I like the IFEG there. Okay. Let's go over the PM session model. I'll talk about the 2 trades I took yesterday. Aha moment? There is no aha moment. I don't believe in aha moment. My aha moment was when I finally sat down, organized all my thoughts, and wrote down my model. That's when trading became a lot easier. That was the first thing. The second thing is when I realized, do I even want to go in this speech right now? I was giving the speech yesterday. Am I going to give this speech again? I'm going to give you guys a speech. I'm going to give you guys an important speech. I'm going to give you guys a very important speech. When you're trading ICT, it's very easy to go down the rabbit hole of trying to justify every single loss or every single trade. And you basically repeat this kind of process where you go into the market, and if you lose or make a mistake, you go down the rabbit hole of saying, oh, I missed this, or I didn't look at this. And it's always something technical analysis, because ICT does that to you. It makes you realize that you can sort of explain every single mistake with some sort of ICT concept, because ICT concept covers literally everything, right? Whether that's a good thing or bad thing, that's not the point of what I'm trying to say. The point is, you never actually sit down and say, you know what? It was actually just my attitude going into the trade, or my attitude about the fact that this, like my current attitude now that the trade is over, or it was my perspective, or it was the fact that I had a too strong of a belief. You know, it's never ever comes to someone's mind that it just really has to do with whatever's going on in their mind, and actually nothing to do with the technical analysis in front of you. And I'll tell you why that's important. Because you will never be able to perfectly trade technical analysis every single day. It's not possible. It's impossible. You're always going to have something to say that could be better. Oh, I could have saw this level, or oh, I could have done this level. Oh, I should have seen that order block, or oh, I missed this SMT. You could do that every single day for the rest of your life. You could go down that rabbit hole and you will never come out of it. Once you actually sit there and be like, you know what? Losing this trade or winning this trade, it really doesn't mean much. In fact, losing and winning at all doesn't really mean much. It really just comes down to how you go about it mentally, what your attitudes are, your beliefs, your perspectives, your values, expectations. That's really what it comes down to. It really just comes down to how you view. It's all about view, because you won't trade perfectly. When do you pay activation fee after you passed? Yesterday. I don't understand your question. Whenever you want. Can I use split screen on Top Step X? Yes, you can. It is 100% a psychological thing, because I'm telling you, you're never gonna trade perfect. So if you want to go down that rabbit hole where every single time you lose, you're trying to I'm not saying don't figure out why you lost and what happens, right? Obviously you want to do that, right? You want to try to improve every day. I always encourage improvement every single day. But you don't want to go down the rabbit hole and every single time you make a mistake or lose, you blame it on some sort of technical analysis. Because you will never perfect technical analysis. It's not possible. There's too many variables. So are you simply going to show up every day and blame something you missed in technical analysis? That is not going to get you anywhere. You're going to be unprofitable forever then. You're going to be going in circles every day. Oh, I didn't see that high, or oh, I should have looked for this liquidity, or oh, this, oh. Well, you're going to do that every day for the rest of your life, and you're never going to be successful because you're going to blame the variables that you will never be able to control. I will trade the PM session. Which ICT metric tip do you suggest? 2022, they're all good. If you want to be a day trader and trade futures, I think 2022 and 2024. I think 2024 is the best thing to watch with 2022. If you want to just learn, 2016 is good. 2023 is a lot of good tape reading lectures. 2025 is good too, to be honest. 2022 is fire, yeah. All right, let's talk about the PM session model. Let us talk about the PM session model. You can settle down like tomorrow on FOMC. Don't trade my PM session model tomorrow on FOMC. No, I would not trade my PM session model. I will be trading tomorrow. By the way, tomorrow we'll be trading the PM session. I'm not trading the morning of FOMC. I never trade the morning of FOMC. I don't recommend, although I'm not giving advice, I don't recommend anyone to trade the morning of FOMC. But it's up to you. So I'll be live in the afternoon tomorrow. Yep, I'll be live streaming FOMC. Do I have to watch ICT or can I just watch the videos? To learn the technicals, yes, you can just watch my videos. But you're going to lose a lot of value in the sense of what to focus on. Because like I said, it's easy to learn the technicals. It's not about the technicals at all. It's not about the technicals at all. Okay? I have the essential package. Okay, let's talk about the PM session model. Because you guys are still here, and I will demonstrate it to you guys. So we took 2 trades yesterday with the PM session model. And I'll make this as simple as possible. Okay. First step of the PM session model. Wait for 2 p.m. Eastern time. Now before, nothing else. You wait for this time frame to come. 14 o'clock. Very easy first step. You just have to wait for 14. Okay? Step 1. Step 2. You have to determine a direction. Do not take the model on whichever way it forms either way. Don't. You will lose more than you win. This model is 1R, so you cannot take it every single time. You have to have a high win rate. Now, I only trade it 1R. For you, it may be something else, right? Maybe you want to look for longer trades. For example, this one actually played out to 2. A lot of them will play out for more risk to reward, but that's not how I do it. Because most of the time, I trade this model on my phone, at the gym, or in the hot tub. So it wouldn't make sense to me. I don't want to manage my trade. Ideally, just want to try to get in and out and finish within 5 to 10 minutes of entry. So that's step 1. Step 2 is pick a direction. How do you pick a direction? You need a draw on liquidity. Intraday, primarily. Now, if morning session didn't take out specific levels, then okay, you could look for that. But I'm usually focusing on intraday. Yesterday, in the Discord, I posted, I gave you guys the draw on liquidity. So I gave you guys the direction. I said, and I will most likely do this repeatedly. I've been doing it, I don't know why I've been doing it, but I've been doing it. I probably will still do it. I said, shorts to 4-hour fair value gap or longs from it. That's the only thing I would take if it forms at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So that's step 1 and step 2. Very simple. So this line right here is your this is your 4-hour fair value gap, right? It also happens to be these very nice equal lows. So if you want to just go based off that, you could. So we understand it's 2 p.m. We understand we have an idea for shorts because we haven't touched the 4-hour yet. Now, what's the criteria to take a trade? Criteria 1. So this is step 3. Now that you know it's shorts and it's 14 o'clock, price must tap a bearish fair value gap that's been respected and never inversed. It can form after or before. In this case, we have one right here. It's the closest one. It's right there, and it was respected. If there was something else, you could use it. Now, don't use fair value gaps like this. This one failed previously in time, right? I'm not using any reclaimed fair value gaps. It must simply be a SIBI. Okay, so that is step 3. Step number 4. Inversion fair value gap, leaving that fair value gap. That is step number 4. So once we get that tap, you're looking back and saying, where is there an inversion? Now, on the micro, I don't know if there's one there. Let me go to the 2-minute because I think on the mini there was at this specific time. So I think there was a small inversion here on the mini right at this time. So just pretend that there was an inversion here. This was the first trade I took. So let's just pretend this was an inversion fair value gap. Here on the micro, it wasn't one. So you would enter the trade like this. You enter on the closure of the inversion. Stop loss goes to the high. I simply TP at 1R, right? So it would look something like this. Now this trade, once I saw this come back, I broke even the trade, right? So I got hit break even on this trade, okay? Break even. Did I change my bias? No, I'm still bearish. Why am I going break even? Because we could take out this high and then come lower. So I'm reusing the exact fair value gap because there's nothing else here. The trade I took was like right here or something. So this was the trade. So again, the same bearish fair value gap. This was trade number 2 after the first break even. This is trade number 2. The same bearish fair value gap. Why can I reuse it? Because it was never disrespected. As long as it respected, it's fine. Does it have to be an IPG? Yes. In the PM session, it has to be an IPG. The reason is it's very easy for PM session to get very choppy. And ideally, when there's no fair value gaps forming, it means there's a good chance it can be choppy. So I want to see imbalances form. It's not really about the inversion itself. It's the fact that if we see imbalances, it means we're probably not going to be choppy. This is the inversion. Okay? This is the inversion. Now, I don't know if on the mini it's the exact same because this looks pretty low. 2 minute, there's nothing there. I think on the mini it was better, but I'm not going to go back. So this is on the micro. And then again, very simple. Stop loss here. Sorry, entry at the candle low. Stop loss at the swing high before the inversion. Right? You can put it here. You can put it here. Or you can put it here. It's really up to you how aggressive you want to be. When I took this trade, I calculated my risk based on this stop loss because I know that this is also a bearish order block. Okay, so I'm using a little bit of external stuff. If you want to make it very simple, just put the stop loss at the most recent high, which would be right here. The most recent swing high, which would be here. Because remember, at this specific time, this is not a swing high yet. So where would you put your stop? You would have to put it there. Okay, TP is 1R. Right? I have a drawn liquidity here, but I'm not aiming for it. I just want 1. Look how simple this trade is. Look at that. Like, you really think that's not going to get hit? Like, you could be wrong about your bias and it still hit. Pair a little bit of confluences in the idea and your TP is probably going to get hit. Now, originally, I got like really close edged on this trade. Then it ended up just hitting. And like I said, eventually it did go towards that level. Even if you missed the fill, you still could have easily gotten 1R. Like, even if you took it on the next candle, your stop still has to go up there, right? So even if you were like, I don't trust it, you can still get it up there. So that's the model. Bearish fair value got tapped because of a bearish bias, because I'm targeting something that's more than 1R. I take the inversion out of the bearish fair value gap, use whatever confluences you want. In this case, there's an S&T, and that's it. This is your silver bullet protraction. It starts at 2 p.m. Eastern time. Once we reach, you can hold trades through, but you cannot enter a trade after 15. Last thing I will say is the market also formed a protraction model long. So your inversion would be right here. Now stop loss is not the easiest on this one, right? Let's say you got it out the body because of that extreme displacement. So you could have, managed to get a 1R off of the 4-hour fair value gap, which is this line right here. Could have also, I don't know if this one's going to play out or not, but no, doesn't look like it. Well, actually it didn't take out the low, so I mean, you could argue it would have played out, but it's quite sloppy anyway. So that was obviously the best one for that day. And I will do the exact same thing today. And trust me, you can learn that model. My girlfriend took those exact same trades. How much you risk on eval? Around 1%. The FPG does not have to be higher time frame one. It can be any time frame. It does not matter as long as it was respected throughout the day. So if you're gonna use something from, like, let's say lunch or morning, you can use it as long as it was respected. No video on the model. You don't need a video. I just explained every single aspect of the model. You don't need a video. I will make a video and I'll probably release it when I go on my trip. What do you usually trade in London? I don't trade London session. I simply trade morning from 9:30 to 11:30, and then I trade PM session. No, I do not go live in the PM session. I'm primarily trading on my phone. That's how simple the model is. So I'll probably be working out or going in the hot tub or something. Yeah, this trade is this long, still playing out. Do we form any protractions? So technically your stop would still be here according to my rules. Actually, no, it would be right here after that. Short-term low, order block. So your stop would be right there. 1050 macro. This could actually play out right now, so we can watch it. Let's say you just took it off this fair value gap, and I mean your stop would have to be here, so that's what matters. This is the original protraction. So let's just say you got in on the original. We can tape read. Yep, you can rewatch the. I couldn't have explained it any more clearly. I gave you every single step-by-step explanation, the criteria for entry, the criteria for the fair value gap. Would you make a video a day in my life? Mine's not that exciting, bro. I'd simply wake up, make a small breakfast, I trade, I journal, I call the group, and I go to the gym and or go swimming. If it's a rest day, I go out. Do you prefer more body than weight for OB? It's body. It's the body that matters. That will form the OB. We will still short? Maybe. I don't know. Seems like a chill life. Yeah, man. All my free time, I like to spend with my girl. That's it, man. When I'm really free, I'll play some games. If I have really nothing else better to do. Usually sometime at night. Look the candles. What? My SL is 22070. Just below the daily. Oh, right there. I hope it doesn't take it. What do you normally play? Right now, I'm playing. I play Rocket League a little bit. I play Teamfight Tactics a little bit. And chess. Look in your DMs. I sent. Wait, you made an edit of me? PM session model ends at 3. I've never personally taken a trade like past 240. But this is me. My Rocket League rank, I'm like diamond something. Where'd you send me the edit? Oh, I see. Hold on, let me make sure it's good to. Let me just make sure this edit's good before I show the chat. I can't blind react. I might get banned, bro. Yeah, I can't show it because the wording. Oh, I just realized. Did you guys hear it? I'm so stupid. You guys heard that, didn't you? I thought for some reason if I would just put my headphones on, you guys wouldn't hear it. Oh, I'm actually stupid. Alright, well. I don't know. Maybe YouTube won't detect it. It was quite quiet. Or TikTok. Yeah, that's funny as hell, bro. I didn't even realize. I thought for some reason you guys wouldn't hear it. Anyway, it was just an edit of me, just a trade I took. Mute your OBS next time. Yes, I have a button. I was staring right at it and I didn't click it. I think the volume was quite low, so I think it was fine. I kept it pretty low. I didn't change the spark plugs yet because um I went to like a mechanic that I knew, and to be honest, he kind of just advised me. He's like, to be honest, bro, just don't change them yet because I don't think they're fried. If it was fried, it probably would have been. It probably would have happened again. What car do you drive? I drive a 2008 Lexus. Slowest markets ever? Yeah, it's just not the cleanest market. PC specs. It's not the best PC. It's definitely something I'm looking to upgrade. I have GeForce RTX, I think it's 2060. 16 gigabytes RAM. I have an Intel, maybe i7. Cardi drive. It's a Lexus IS250. The Lexus IS250. My YouTube is GatieTrades. I have an IS250. You think it's gonna go higher? I'm still in longs right now. Eventually, I do. I'm still bullish, but it's again. I don't know how easy it's gonna be to find a long. That's high probability. Yep, this is FOMC tomorrow. Exactly. You think it's gonna go higher? Yeah, eventually. It only took me on MQ and Q. Con is not out yet. That's whack. Well, that would suck, Yoshi. That would suck. Bro, why do you keep downplaying yourself? What do you mean? What did I do? Say we gotta finish this MMBM. We're doing Cordal. Should we do one Cordal, guys? You also prefer an OB with full body and less wick. Yes, 100%. We should be seeing displacement and speed. That's your signature. Did you see my DM? Yes, I saw your DM. I'll reply to you after stream. How high ELO is in chess? Not that high, but to be honest, I don't know if it's accurate. I don't know. On chess.com, I think I'm like 600 maybe or 700. Maybe less. How long did the top step take to pay you out? Took less. It was pretty quick. Well, actually, it took me a while. The first one for me took a while, but after that, it was like pretty much 2 days, I think. Nope, I live in Canada, but in your long setup, you know. Which one? This? This one? Or was it this one? Either or. When I'm marking out these candles, yes, I'm marking out a small candle, but remember, this is the bullish order block. It's 10:04. Yeah, so I know I'm marking out but it's because this is the bullish order block. Remember, it's all of these candles, so it's still quite a significant range, and it's still an order block, right? It's order flow, you know. Whether you want to take an entry off it or not, it's still an order block. Short-term low should be respected, you know. Where did you learn everything you know? I've watched every single ICT lecture. I've watched 2022 mentorship 4 times. I've watched 2016 mentorship 3 times. I've seen 2024, 2025, real market, real results or whatever. ICT Forex series twice. I've seen his charter content once. I've seen his OTE series, even though I did nothing with that. High probability scalping, volumes 1 to 3. Things that I would recommend to myself if I were to go back, whatever. So I've seen every single IT, and I've seen all the 2023 tape reading. That was probably the most impactful for me. I've seen everything. You don't need everything. I was just a hound. I couldn't stop learning. I wouldn't recommend rewatching. Do you play chess as a help with your psychology for trading? I think chess is just something every man should play. It's good. It's a game that requires patience and logic. Do you recommend us to rewatch it? No, I don't think it's easy. Yep, I've seen the Scout Sniper series. That's real. I play too. Nice. You bullish? I'm still bullish. I'm not bearish, but like I said, I don't know how you're gonna find a high probability long before getting stopped out. Like it's likely to range, which makes it very difficult to find a high probability trade that'll yield, you know, good risk reward before you getting stopped. Just a probability thing. No, I don't recommend you to rewatch it unless you feel like you need more knowledge. To be honest, if I were to go back, I wouldn't have watched as much as I did. I would go back and I would just watch 2022 and 2024. Actually, maybe not because I like knowing what I know, but it made it a lot harder for me. I learned all from ICT, all from ICT, and myself. Obviously, I backtested over like 7,000 days, 6,000 days. FOMC is tomorrow. Yes. What channel in your Discord do you give signals for PM? It's the journal. It says journal. It's not really a signal. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm personally looking for. 7,000. Yeah, we're approaching 6 to 7,000 now. Not trades taken. Days backtested. Days backtested. You trading anymore today? I will trade the PM session. This shit really wakes me out. Yoshi, for your own sake, I hope it comes back all the way down. What prop firms would you recommend? Number 1 is Alpha Futures. Number 2 is Top Step. Number 3, I don't know what my number 3 is. I don't like firms that offer live trailing drawdown, so I guess I'd say my fund is futures. And then 4, I guess if you had to pick one firm out of all the live trailing drawdown options, I would probably go with Take Profit. No, I'm not in partial long. I'm out. Like I said, for me that was a past account, so I didn't need any more. No, I didn't backtest 19 years of data. I did the same years over and over again. I did the same last 5 years over and over again. I've also done, so I did like a couple years in the past, but I've done the same last 5 years over and over again. I think that was more beneficial than going back. But I guess we'll never know. Have you used NDOG Inbox much on FX Replay? My first backtesting was on FX Replay. Then I got a payout and I got TradeZilla. Have you used NDOGs and new week opening apps much? Yeah, use them. What subscription do you have bought on TradingView? I have the cheapest subscription available on TradingView, and I also have real-time data. Protraction is a confirmation. Sure. What do you think happens to algo when more people start using smart money concepts in the future? You cannot hide it. You simply cannot hide it. And to me, it doesn't matter because, like I said, the way I trade, it doesn't matter if it's algorithmic or not. It doesn't matter if it's... It really doesn't matter because the candle opening price, I have an edge. I didn't hear you say yes or no. I'm gonna post it and tag you. Oh, you can post it if you want, bro. Yeah, it's up to you. You can post whatever you want. Is this Ethereum? No. You're in the wrong live stream, bro. I'm gonna be honest. FTMO is probably the best Forex firm, but they're quite expensive. There's better options, like similar options for cheaper. So you might as well just get the cheaper one. There was no power of 3 today. I would argue differently. 9:30 power of 3. Think longs will play out now? Lunch delivery is possible when morning session is like this. Probabilities, not the highest, in my opinion. The OB created after candle close above the wicker body. The order block's created after closure of the body. When you're trading, you need to imagine the chart looks like this, right? The wicks are just to tell you where liquidity has been swept. This is what it really should look like. This is how I'm viewing it. And again, it doesn't matter, like OB, call it engulfing candle, call it displacement, call it momentum. I don't care what you call it. It's the same. It's the same pretty much. We have it move down, closure above, order block, right? Order block, order block. London hides the draw, so all of these are order blocks, right? Very simple idea. Include the wicks, you see where liquidity has been grabbed, right? Sweep. Sweep. What's your Twitter? My Twitter is GatieTrades. I'm GatieTrades on every social media. How long are you doing trading stuff on a day? I've been trading for over 2 years, around 2 years. That's when I first started my journey. Actually, not really. I haven't been trading for 2 years. It's been about a year and a half. I've been live streaming for 1 year. Live streaming and trading in 1 year. Which playlist is Protraction on YouTube? Gems Po3 series. My Gems Power of 3 series. 2022 model would be right here. Sweep, market structure shift, fair value gap, take your entry on the fair value gap, stop at the low of the fair value gap, target the buy side. Did you pass your Apex eval? No. And I'm probably not going to get an Apex account again. Any payouts this month? No, not yet. Have you made higher or lower than 200K? Lower than 200K. I've not made 200K. Last question. Last question is the OB created after candle. Yes. If candles open high low, ICT concept will work according to a comment from ICT. Yeah, man, it's exactly this. As long as candles open and they put in a higher low, model works, man. It's that simple. How much you risk on eval? 1% on eval, 0.25% on funded. That's my personal how I risk. Mind you, I'm also scaling. Downside with 2022. The downside with 2022 is you're gonna miss moves waiting for a market structure chips fair value gap. That's the downside, but you just have to accept it. When it forms, it's really high probability. When it doesn't form, you have to be patient. Are you funded? Yes. I trade live and funded. Why those CPs marked? It's just London buy side. How often do you backtest? I still usually do a little bit every day. Would you say this one's high probability? The way it formed, yes, but it's just a little bit off timing. You show your indicator? My indicator just marks up the opening prices for me, so I don't have to. You can look at any time frame you want, Pete. I look at all of them, to be honest. I'm just scanning the time frames to see which one to put in the fair value gap, which one's going to give me the inversion. Oh, up here? This is new day opening gap. That's what I think is the most immediate draw. After that, previous day's high. I'm still long, but it's actually so slow. I hope it plays out to new day, bro. They predict MMBM or MMSM? I'll show you the market maker buy model. You ready? Right here. You see it? Daily's quite clear as well. You do what you gotta do, intra. You get rid of this stuff, man. So if you trade that, how you will. Fast trade recap. DISD on ES. Traded the bullish fair value gap, bullish order block, entering on this candle's close. Targeted. I just targeted on this trade what would pass my account on this specific example. So, all right, let's do one quarter, and then let's call it a day. We're here. We've been here for too long. Quarter. We'll do one quarter. All right, let's lock in. Boom. Boom. ICH. That did not help us. So the L is not. Oh, that didn't help us at all, guys. I screwed this up for us. I'm gonna be honest. Hold on. Let's do the bottom. Let's do the top one because we have B blank. Let's say it's B blank AST. Blast. It's a blast. Okay, it's a blast. And then this one we have blank LACE. Place. Okay. And then the first one we have FLA blank E, which is flame. Oh, come on, bro. Then the top one we have, it probably starts in CH, then it goes choice. What? It's probably CHOI. Choir. Oh, wow. What the hell was that? Yo, that was crazy. No, that was crazy. Holy, we are never beating that record. Yesterday I was doing Wordle, and we were trying to beat the record of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Wow. I don't know what just happened, guys. I'm gonna be honest. This feels like 10R. This feels like 10R. Wow. That was beautiful. He said we. Bro, I don't know. That shit just clicked. I mean, to be honest, we got a lot of letters. Like we got a lot of letters. But to be honest, a lot of the words were like pretty useless. Like, I don't know, man. That was like J-Dub dropping 40. You take any trades? Yeah, we took the one trade long. Anyways, I'm probably gonna call it there because I gotta go make food. And I appreciate you guys coming through. Yes, we took one trade. It was a win. If you guys are in the Discord, I made a section in the Discord. I'm gonna post all the trades now so we can keep track together. I'll post the losses too. We're just been on a win streak. I have no problem losing in front of you guys. I've lost weeks in a row with you guys before, so I'm not like hiding anything. It's just we happen to be winning right now. I'm really in the zone. So I'll post all the AM trades, PM trades. Just posted the TikTok, so we're starting this tomorrow. And then this is the journal where I'm gonna just talk about stuff. Yeah. So appreciate you guys coming through. I'll see you guys live tomorrow. FOMC stream. I highly recommend you don't trade the morning, but probably you guys will because you feel like you have to make money. So it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I'll be live in the PM session at 2:15 p.m. We'll start trading after 2:30. High risk reward setups tomorrow. Hopefully. I'll see you guys then.